Hi, I'm Kristen Oakes-White.
And I'm Avery Davidson. Thank you for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the only TV show bringing Louisiana farmers and consumers together every week. Well, chances are you recently enjoyed a snow day here in Louisiana.
It was definitely snowy at my house, Avery. It was a good day to stay inside and sip hot chocolate, which is what most people did. However, some of our state's farmers braved the cold because they had to work. Here's a video shot by Ricky Gonsolan of sugarcane being harvested in the snow.
We'll have a lot more of Snow Harvest 17, as well as some of your shots from around the state a little later on in the show.
As this year wraps up, we thought we would look back on the year that was.
Earlier this year, I got a chance to go to Mamou to preview their special Mardi Gras with agricultural traditions. From chicken chasing to gumbo, I can't wait to go again next year. When you hear the Mardi Gras song played in downtown Mamou, you get a sense that excitement will soon follow. Dirty, loud, drunken excitement.
How many places you can go out on horseback and dance and get drunk and not have to worry about anything for a day.
Mamou Mardi Gras is actually one of probably the only traditional Mardi Gras left.
Organized in the 1950s, the Mamou Courrier de Mardi Gras is famous for its colorful costumes, men riding on horseback, and of course, chasing the chicken.
It's the spectators is just a side thing.
But 74-year-old Gerald Fontenot remembers a time before this chaos was organized.
We didn't have a band, and it was not organized. It was just whoever felt like going, whoever decided that year that they were going to participate. And we'd go some kids from house to house, pick up whatever we could for a gumbo that evening. And we did that until I guess probably till we got to high school.
But the tradition you see here goes further back to Europe, when costumed beggars would go home to home asking for food in what's called a luck visit, according to folklorist Dr. Carolyn Ware.
The Cajun Mardi Gras run, I believe, is a version of that luck visit.
And farmers are to blame for this tradition. You see, not much grows in midwinter, except ideas about how to get in one last hurrah before the season of Lent, 40 days and nights of penance leading up to Easter Sunday.
Not only was it a time when farmers had a little spare time, but some families may not have had a whole lot of food during that period. So folklorists like Carl Lindahl have suggested that the Cajun Mardi Gras run and the Creole Mardi Gras run were a way for neighbors to all pitch in and share the resources they had, because of course when the Mardi Gras go house to house in the countryside, everybody gives what they can. If they have chickens, they're expected to give chickens, and as many as they can afford. But if they only have rice or a little bit of sausage or oil, they'll give that, and then everybody comes together for the gumbo and shares those resources. So in a way, it's a means of making sure everybody makes it through the winter okay.
At every stop, we dance and we see what we can get from them. If it's chicken, rice, onions, whatever we can, roux.
The Mamou Mardi Gras ends with a big gumbo for everyone to eat downtown, made from what the runners collect.
It's more personal, everybody that's involved is taking part in it. It's not just spectators. If people want to come see us, that's fine. If nobody comes, we still have a good time.
So the thing most people know about the Mamou Mardi Gras is the chasing of the chicken. We don't have a chicken handy, even though this is This Week in Louisiana Agriculture. I didn't bring one with me, so I'm gonna play the part of the chicken so that you get an idea what it's like on that day. So, bark, 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 bark. This is the point where I start to rethink my decision to play the chicken. Yeah, that's going to leave a mark. And now they're carrying me off to the gumbo. C'est la vie. Mamou is just one of the many Louisiana towns with a great Mardi Gras tradition. Several studies over the past 5 years show Mardi Gras has a multi-million-dollar economic impact on each region of the state, with New Orleans gaining the most with a nearly $500 million economic impact.
In 2017, Americans ate more than 55 pounds of beef over the course of the year, and I'll bet we'll eat even more over the holidays. But where does all that beef come from, though? This year, TWILA's Neil Melanson followed the story from pasture to plate.
When Justin Murray comes home from work here in Covington, he's like many families who are hungry. It's Taco Tuesday here, and his wife, Carrie Jane, and daughter Cecilia are eager for these steak-filled delights. It's an easy meal for Justin, who just has to head to his deep freeze.
But generally, we have these 2 freezer racks full of beef, and that's what we'll eat for the remainder of the year, or for a 12-month period.
But where does all this beef come from? It all starts right here on the farm of Amelia Kent. Of course, beef comes from cows, but the steak in the Murray freezer comes specifically from these Angus cattle. Amelia has the normal work of checking her herds and fences, but something you might not think of is the grass under their feet. It has to be managed and cared for to produce the meat that's feeding the Murrays tonight. Their home-cooked meal literally starts from the ground up.
Because of the way the property is structured with multiple pastures, we're able to better utilize the grass from a grazing standpoint, rotational grazing, which in turn enhances our efficiency.
Making sure everything runs efficiently is a normal part of business, and it's no different for Kent Farms. The Kents are a cow-calf operation, which means they sell calves to feedlots so they can grow into cattle for commercial use in restaurants and grocery stores. In order for the Kents to grow their business, they've started a custom beef business. That means Amelia spends a good bit of time in her office. Now, she's got some help here, of course, but she still has plenty of work to do keeping everyone's orders straight.
For us, consumer outreach and communicating with the consumer is a great benefit of this, but we've always been and still are seeking ways of diversification.
Customers can directly pick out the cow that they want from Amelia, but that cow has to be processed. This is where places like Cotraire's Meat Market comes in. Located in Kentwood, Cotraire's has been supplying this area with custom meats for more than 50 years. In that time, they've developed a tagging system that makes sure the beef you order gets directly to you.
For anybody's animals to get mixed up, that tagging process follows the animal through the whole system. So there's never a time here when your meat doesn't have your name on it.
Here at Cotraire's, they can cut up the meat to anyone's specification, from big T-bones to hamburger meat, and even more rare cuts that you can't get at a chain grocery store. Raymond says while they can provide whatever a customer wants, they can't do it without the relationship they have with the farmers.
The whole premise of this thing was custom butchering from the very beginning. Since then, we've branched out into retail meat market, and we do a really nice smoked sausage that we're famous for, but the heartbeat of our business has always been our farmers. That direct relationship and care is what has brought Justin Murray here to load up his truck like he did over the summer. The beef that he brought in is still going strong here in the fall, and the tacos are ready. It only took about 35 minutes before the Murrays were sitting down to this delicious meal here in late October.
I got a gift of a spider ring from little Cecilia there, and it's another gift in addition to this wonderful meal here that they've given me. And as you saw, it's a quick turnaround to get it prepared and here on the plate to eat. But it's a little more involved when you bring the farmers and those who prepare the beef, but it's well worth the wait, as I'm getting ready to find out. That's really good. For This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, I'm a very content Neil Manasso.
Now, if you'd like to try some of that same beef you saw in the story, we'll send you a link to Cotraire's Smokehouse on our website at twilatv.org.
Some of you who hate cold weather are looking forward to spring. Right here, I'm one of them. While the warmer weather is a plus, you probably also look forward to spring's strawberry season. Earlier this year, TWILA's Carl Wiggers went to Tangipahoa Parish to find the best berries in the state and a little something more.
It's no exaggeration that thousands visit Louisiana Land each year. This spring alone, more than 10,000 children have come to Amite, Louisiana on field trips and picked strawberries in these fields. This all began in 2011 when the Louisiana family decided that they wanted to do more with their 500-acre farm.
They get to come through activities where they can harvest and gather crops that come from the farm.
Owner of Louisiana Land, Elizabeth Louisiana, says that children learn about way more than the strawberries that her family's farm is most known for.
So we just started opening it up to schools and really wanting to focus on educating children on where their food comes from, what Louisiana is all about as far as agriculture and what's left in the state with agriculture. They get to look at a variety of fruits and vegetables that we grow in our garden and see it up close.
Getting up close to the plants in the Garden of Ag Ventureland or the strawberries in the field is where the lessons begin for guests of Liuzaland.
This is how it all starts. Doesn't just show up in the grocery store.
Tanya Pale helps run Liuzaland. She says she loves getting to work outside with the children, teaching them about agriculture in a fun way.
There's a lot of children that have not seen what a strawberry plant looks like, what a tomato plant looks like. We teach them what things look like and how they grow. And it's just kind of rewarding to me just to see, you know, a smile on their faces.
And this is what brings those smiles.
Definitely the picking, because they get to see those plants up close and personal. And not only are they picking the red strawberries off the fruit, they see the flowers on the fruit. We tell them about pollination and how important the bees are to the produce. So they're learning a lot just right there in the fields.
Tanya and Elizabeth both agree that agritourism destinations like this one are as important as ever, with today's consumers being generations removed from the farm.
Everything is always really hectic. Everything is computers, and people are getting away from things that are natural, things that come from God. Dirt, plants, sunlight, rain. These are all important things that we all need to survive. And it's so easy just to run up to the store and grab something out of the produce section, but nobody thinks about where it comes from.
As far as farmers are concerned, there is less and less farmers coming up to take over these family farms. And, you know, it's getting harder and harder to be able to keep these farms growing and alive.
The look on his face says it all. And that's why this field trip remains at the top of the wish list of students and teachers alike.
To me, it's like no other. I mean, you can go to the zoo and you can see animals, but you don't see the behind the scenes. We show you behind the scenes. And whenever they go to the grocery store and they see a bell pepper, they can tell their family, hey, I saw a bell pepper plant, I know how that grows.
Carl shot that story not long before he and his wife Brittany were married at Liuzaland this past July inside the Berry Barn. Here's a picture of the happy couple, and of course you definitely see that he married up. I know the whole TWILA staff was there and we had a great time.
It was a beautiful ceremony and the reception was a lot of fun with some great food, as you might imagine. Congratulations again to the happy couple.
Speaking of great food, it's time for an all-new Feasting on Agriculture.
This month, TWILA's AJ Sabine heads out to the historic Covington for a taste of urban Italian. We're going to get a Louisiana crawfish twist on traditional brick oven fired pizza.
Feasting on Agriculture with AJ Sabine is brought to you by the Louisiana Crawfish Promotion and Research Board. Louisiana Crawfish, ask before you eat. By the Louisiana Rice Promotion Board, think rice. And by the Louisiana Beef Industry Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Buongiorno, Principessa. I'm AJ Sabine and welcome to another delicious edition of Feasting on Agriculture. This month, we're in Covington at the ultra-modern Italian restaurant, Maribo. Chef Gavin Job joins us here in his world-famous pizza station. Chef, what are we cooking today?
Today we're going to do a couple things. First and foremost, we're going to do a crawfish etouffee pizza.
You're kidding me. You can do that?
We can do all kind of stuff here.
All right. What else? What else?
We're going to do a Wagyu beef carpaccio.
What kind of?
Wagyu beef, a local Wagyu beef.
Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too. What is Wagyu beef for people who are not familiar?
Wagyu is a breed of cattle. It's famous for its marbling, tenderness, and extra flavor.
And I wanted to ask you, do you have a favorite cocktail that you want to promote for the folks? Because it's snowing outside.
So
first time it's happened in 10 years.
It's been a while. My favorite cocktail that we serve here is a Negroni. It's a classic Italian cocktail and it's perfect for cold weather.
And we'll get to that in just a minute because it is, like you said, cold outside. Let's get started.
All right. So we're going to start out with our pizza dough here. We make our dough here from very few simple ingredients. It's just flour, water, salt, and yeast. That's all we do, very simple. And then some thyme. Let that sit and proof.
Now, Chef, you are known for your world-renowned beard, which you have been growing for several months now.
Yeah.
But you're also a Chopped champion. Tell us about your appearance on the TV show Chopped.
So I got to be a part of Chopped Alton's Challenge as an Alton Brown themed tournament. And I won my first episode and it was a smoking theme, which is great because we do a lot of smoked food and Southern style food here at Maribo and also at Pelican House. And so I was excited about that. It was a lot of fun.
Why is Farm to Table so important to you and to Vinny in this restaurant?
So one thing I've always said is that we want to do local when it makes sense. And local almost always makes sense when it comes to produce, when it comes to fresh meats, things like that. There's a few things we get imported from Italy, but everything that we can get, we do. Not only is it great to be involved in our local farming community, work with those people that are, you know, also craftsmen in their own right, working very hard to do things that, you know, grow really high quality produce or raise happy chickens that lay beautiful eggs. You know, you can see the difference on the plate for sure.
And just to bring folks up to speed, you've just put the crawfish etouffee down as your base.
Yeah, crawfish etouffee as a base, some nice mozzarella cheese, and then we're gonna go into our oven right here.
And you got something else in store for us.
I do, and we can actually put this together while we're waiting on this pizza. It's a Wagyu beef carpaccio. So we take Wagyu beef, and we shave it very thin on a meat slicer. We lay it out on a plate here, and then it gets a pretty simple treatment. One thing that we cannot get locally is squid ink. So we're gonna do a little squid ink aioli. It's got a nice brininess to it, nice salty flavor. Let's see, now we're gonna give our pizza a little turn.
I don't know if you can see that. Can you see how quickly that is bubbling up in that oven?
Okay, so we probably have about a minute left on that.
A minute?
And we have some nice arugula here. We get arugula locally when it's in season, which is actually right now.
And the arugula will provide a nice spicy crunch to the carpaccio.
Yeah, it's got a little pepperiness, a little crunch, some nice, just a little bitterness as well. It's almost 1,000 degrees at the top of the dome. So we're gonna get a little more char on top of the pizza very quickly. These nice little bubbles.
Oh wow, look how pretty that is.
And then, because in an etouffee,
man, that's good looking.
You would classically top that with some nice green onions or something.
Of course you would.
So we're gonna go ahead and cut this bad boy.
Do you hear that crunch? See, a symphony of crackle. I love it.
And then we're gonna top it off with some green onions and some celery leaf here, which I really love the flavor of. Nice bright color.
That's gorgeous, man.
And then last thing, a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese.
And when we get back, folks, your friend AJ and Chef Gavin Job here at Maribo are going to dive into these two wonderful dishes. Stick around, we'll be right back. All right, folks, thank you so much for sticking around. We are back. Chef Gavin Job, tell us again what you made it for us today. This wonderful, wonderful pizza. It smells, I cannot wait to get my hand all over this thing.
This is a featured pizza we're doing right now. It's a crawfish etouffee pizza. So using some beautiful Louisiana crawfish. We only use Louisiana crawfish here.
Dude, I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt you. I can't wait anymore.
Go for it, man. Get you a piece.
Go ahead, you just keep talking.
It's just cooled off enough to eat.
Yeah, you just keep talking, and I'm gonna, you know.
Some nice mozzarella cheese. We make kind of our own etouffee base there. Mozzarella cheese, and then we're topping that off with some green onions, celery leaf.
Smells wonderful.
Little Parmigiano Reggiano cheese.
Oh.
What do you think? Good pizza? Cool.
Oh, fantastic. This is, I mean, I never thought that you could actually put, you know, crawfish etouffee on a pizza. I just never thought of that, but I just figured, you know, hey, you can do it. Gavin can do it. I know why you went to CHOP, and I know why you won. So
appreciate that.
Really, really good. Well, Chef Gavin, on behalf of Feasting on Agriculture and This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, I want to thank you, Vinny, Cassie, Kennedy, Stuart. It's been a great, wonderful experience. Where can people go if they want to find out more about Maribo and your new place, or almost new place, Pelican House in Baton Rouge?
So the PelicanBatonRouge.com, I'm sorry, the PelicanBar.com, and then MariboPizza.com. You can also check us out on Facebook, Instagram. We're pretty active on there. We post all kind of daily, weekly features, things like that.
And that's all from here, folks. If you guys want more information about Louisiana crawfish, Maribo, the Pelican Bar, you can always log on to our website at twilatv.org. That's all from here. Happy holidays. On behalf of Chef Gavin Job, thank you so much for joining us this year. We'll see you next year. Have a good one.
Feasting on Agriculture with A.J. Sabine was brought to you by the Louisiana Crawfish Promotion and Research Board. Louisiana Crawfish, ask before you eat. By the Louisiana Rice Promotion Board, think rice. And by the Louisiana Beef Industry Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
All across Louisiana, residents woke up to an early Christmas miracle Friday, December 8th. So much snow covering the ground. Some areas saw as much as 6.5 inches of snow on Friday, a rare occurrence for those of us in the Bayou State, especially in December. So when this does happen, you know it's time for us to celebrate.
That's exactly what many of you did, taking to social media posts just how much you were enjoying this winter weather surprise. In fact, I think that was the most activity I've ever seen on my Facebook feed so early in the morning.
Me too.
School districts and business closures called for a snow day for most of us, but everyone seemed to be enjoying the snow before daylight, and that includes my little 2-year-old Logan. You see him there. He's got his red jacket on, his dinosaur pajamas, refused to wear the gloves, and just wanted to keep eating the snow. And then Luke just could not pass up the chance to make a snowball and throw it directly at Daddy's camera.
That was priceless. That was a great video. But the snow was not a welcome sight for everyone in Louisiana. Sugarcane farmers are in the middle of harvest season, and snow makes for a very challenging harvest day. Sugar farmers posted snowy pics and videos all day as they braved the weather to get their cane from the field to the mill. Napoleonville farmer Lance Godet shared this video with us, and it's racked up more than 23,000 views on Facebook.
We asked you to share all of your snow day pics with us on social media, and you guys certainly delivered. Here's a look back at our special TWILA snow day across the state.
Well, that does it for this edition of TWILA and for another TWILA broadcast year.
Over the next few weeks, we're going to bring you encore presentations of some of our favorite shows. The reason? So we can spend the holidays with our families.
I know I'm going to enjoy spending time with my husband Landon and going to all of the Christmas parties, that is between his hunting trips.
And I'm going to spend some time with Lauren, Luke, and Logan, even if Logan did not want to be in this snow picture at all.
Neil and his wife Sherry will go back to spoiling their 3 kitties. The black one is Conan, laying on him is Spock, and the little kitten there is Thufir.
And Carl, well, I'm a firm believer that a picture speaks 1,000 words, and this picture of Carl and his wife Brittany shows just how much holiday spirit they have in their first year of marriage.
So while we're enjoying a little time with our families, please remember the farmers and ranchers who never get a day off, regardless of the season.
Sugarcane farmers, you're in the thick of grinding season right now through New Year's Day.
And dairy farmers, we know the cows do not take a day off. 2 milkings a day, every day, rain, snow, sleet, or shine.
So when you sit down to enjoy your Christmas dinner, think of the people who make that meal possible and include them in your prayers.
For all of us here at TWILA, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we hope you have a joyous New Year.